Hey there, welcome to My Chamber TV. Today we are at the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, where we are being hosted by Florida Firearms Academy. And what an amazing facility this is. But our guest at this moment is Jessica Pollack. Jessica is here from B2B Sign and Resources, and we're going to find out a little bit about, actually, hopefully a lot of bit about B2B signs. Hey, Jessica, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, Anthony. This is great.
Tell us a little bit about B2B. How did it start? Who's involved? What's the background on the company?
Yeah, so B2B Sign Resource, we are located over here by the Florida Firearms Academy. And we've been in business since about 2008. We are family owned and operated.
Mm-hmm.
We do everything from signage to vehicle graphics. We do window graphics.
Mm-hmm.
We do everything from box trucks to transits, vans, buses.
Wow.
We could do just about anything. We just started doing some cutting boards as giveaways for the chamber and for, gifts, for little fun
like
things.
Actual cutting boards for
yes.
like in your kitchen.
Yeah, so absolutely.
What are you doing on the cutting boards?
So we just put a piece of vinyl underneath, and basically from there you can put anything you want on that cutting board. And it's the idea that we print vinyl. We design the vinyl and we can really adhere it to anything.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's been like the latest craze, is getting everything wrapped, everything. I mean, you can change the color of your car without actually having to take it out and get it painted. And so there are a lot of advantages to that, especially for commercial accounts. Who are your primary customers that are coming in for these kinds of wraps?
Yeah, so we really do work with anybody. We work with construction companies, plumbing companies. We do a lot of work with Ford and, kind of getting that business of constant, reassessing of the cars, because you really have to get them rewrapped every about 2 to 5 years. So with that, you kind of want to get this rotating cycle going. So yeah, we have a lot of great companies that we work with, TGH, ADT. So I mean, it's been
big
great.
Names.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are some really big names. If they trust you, and their stuff always looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think
well done there. But that's not all you do is vehicle wraps, obviously.
Right.
What else have you got in the background for resources for business owners or private consumers, or who are you dealing with?
Right. So, our bread and butter really are vehicles, as we have a nice 6,000 square foot facility to wrap all of our large vehicles in.
All right.
But other than that, we do everything from acrylic signage. We can do, yard signs, anything like banners, any trade show displays. So basically anything that you can think can be printed with your logo, we can print it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What are some of the more outrageous jobs that you've been able to handle that you can think of right off the top of your head?
Let's see.
Yeah.
So we do boats. Those are some pretty interesting wraps. I know our guys love boat wraps. It's their favorite thing, especially.
I would never even thought about doing a boat.
Oh yeah,
that's
so
amazing.
It's a really cool job when it's done and you're zooming out on the water.
It's the hull, or basically the whole hull. You bring the boat in, and
the whole thing. Absolutely, you could do transom, the hull, the front side.
How durable is this vinyl? I mean,
it's pretty durable, and on boats and vehicles we use a different wrap from if we would do on just acrylic.
Right.
So it's a little bit more durable, a little bit more flexible. So with that, we get our vehicles to have a longer lifespan. But like I said, it's about 2 to 5 years for rewrapping. And that's actually because of really the sun and the damage it'll do to the wrap. It can start cracking.
It is Florida.
Exactly. It's Florida. So especially Florida.
You bring up an important point, is it's doing the damage to the wrap, not to the car.
Right.
So if you've got a valuable car, you've got a new car, it sounds like this is probably not a bad idea to bring that thing in and get it wrapped anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just as a preventative against, just nicks, cuts, scratches, those kinds of things, but also the sun, the wear and the tear. I know the roof of my car is really starting to show it. There's not much you can do in Florida.
Absolutely.
But I'm thinking about retro wrapping, and that's probably another thing people can do. They can take their, without having to paint the car, they can go ahead and rewrap.
Exactly. You can wrap it and get it fixed to any color. I mean, absolutely.
Or
people
design.
do fun designs.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty crazy wraps out there.
Yes.
And then you also, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
So you will also do You'll help with the design work. People don't have to come in with their own designs or logos?
No, not at all. We have a really great designer who is able to make logos. She makes designs based off whether it's something you give her or it's something you just say, okay, this is kind of the idea that I want to go with, or you could say I want minimalist or I want something a little louder, and she knows what she's doing.
And she can go ahead and design also around the vehicle in particular. So when they do that, do they get to see like a 3D modeling of what their vehicle will look like?
So basically what our mock-up looks like is all sides of the car or the vehicle.
Okay.
You'll see, what it's going to look like.
There you go.
And from there, you can make as many design proofs as you need, any updates.
Perfect.
And, it's a good
and how long is that, the wrap process? I mean, they drop the car off. How long before they get it back?
Yeah, so
I know
it'll
with
take...
a paint job, it can be a long time.
It could be, absolutely.
Yeah.
But with us, it's pretty quick. I mean, the turnaround time, it'll take about a day or two for our designer to put everything together. And once that's approved, you could drop the car off, and it'll take anywhere from 12 to 24 hours to
that's not bad.
Get a full wrap.
Yeah, because if you're doing a clear coat and everything else, you got to wait for days for everything to dry and the coat and all that stuff, and then you got to have the UV booth and all that.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool way to short circuit that whole process, and you get so much more protection out of it. Now you've got, of course, also different kinds of vinyl signs and everything you're working on. It sounds like you've got one heck of a big vinyl facility there.
We do.
So anything you need along those lines, whether trade show banners, acrylic, what kind of stuff are you doing with acrylic?
Yeah, so with acrylic, we mainly do, we have storefront signs and interior signage. So the thing that we love to do, and if we had a model of what we do at the store, it would be really cool to show, but we do what's called standoffs on the edges of the acrylic. And with that, you kind of have this really beautiful mirage that you create. Not mirage, but
illusion?
No. Just a lot of different photos.
Collage.
A collage.
There you go. Collage, mirage. Almost the same thing.
And it's really beautiful. And
it's all done in layers.
It's all done in layers. So from there, we have
cool.
different photos of the vehicles that we have done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a really beautiful way of showing off, all of our experience.
It's a neat way to show. Yeah, and that's the kind of thing you can put into your showroom of your own store.
Yes.
Or something like that, and have be your display piece there, or at a trade show.
Absolutely.
That's probably because trade shows are really big, and there's a lot of need to attract attention, and so it seems like you probably have a lot of just a lot of resources there to help people. So if they need signs, banners, so on and so forth for the trade show, you've got all that as well.
We've got all of that, absolutely.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, the website again is?
Our website is b2bsr.com. That would be with the number 2.
So it's B, the number 2, B2bsr.com. B2bsr.com. You'll see it on the screen down there. Okay. And then, and your phone number?
Our phone number, let's see, it is 813-855-7446.
Perfect.
Give us a call, and we'll have an answer for you on whether you need some questions answered on what kind of wrap you would need to go with, or marketing questions.
They can make an appointment to come in and sit with your graphic artist and see what happens there and get that kind of work done.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. So any specials or anything big coming up soon, or is this just going to be just keep plodding along and try to get people in because you're busy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the line over there. It's pretty good.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, no, we are pretty busy. We could always make time for new clients, but we are, a small business, and we just have been doing really well for ourselves.
You're local,
it's nice.
and you're thriving. So help them any way we can. Absolutely want to do that. Well, thank you very much for coming in, Jessica.
Thank you,
it was a pleasure
Anthony.
meeting you.
Absolutely.
You take care.
It's been a pleasure.
And we're going to go ahead and move on. Thank you. Hey, we're back with the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, filming here at the Florida Firearms Academy again, of course. And we are now speaking with Tom. Tom Wingo is with TLC Adult Daycare.
You heard it right.
That's an interesting concept.
I know.
I'm wondering exactly what goes into that. Hi, Tom. Welcome. Good
Hey,
to see
Anthony,
you.
nice to see you.
Yeah, good to be seen.
Yeah, I get that a lot. A lot of people are like, adult daycare. They confuse us with children daycare.
Of course.
Say, no, we're an adult daycare. So what that means is, let's say that you have, and I can give you the technical term, but I'm just going to give you the layman's term. And that is, let's say you have mom or dad, they're at home, they're bored, they need something to do, they're at home depressed, maybe they have a little dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever it may be. What are you going to do with them, right? Maybe you have to work. Maybe you need just a break. Maybe it's a spouse.
You need to go shopping.
You need to go shopping. You need to go get your hair done.
You've got your own doctor's appointment to attend.
Whatever it may be, that's what we do. We take care in a safe environment. We have our members come in. They come in from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So that's our time period.
That's your open hours.
Okay. And they have fun. They come in and they just have a really good time. And we have some that you wouldn't have any idea they had any type of dementia or any problems at all. They're just bored. They want to come in and have a good time.
Right.
And then you have others that they do have some issues. You know, they have some cognitive decline.
And you're geared and licensed to handle that whole gamut of
conditions. We are licensed by the state of Florida.
Okay.
Yep. And so we have staffing ratios we have to meet. We have actually a fantastic place. We actually just expanded because we were having so many people coming in, and I thought we needed a little bigger of a place. So
that's good.
We just expanded.
So someone walks into the facility. What's their first experience when they walk in the door?
Well,
they walk up to the door.
When they walk up, they're going to come into our reception area, and they're going to be greeted usually by an incredible staff member who's going to, if we know them, is going to give them a big smile, a big hug, and then we're going to welcome them to the center. And usually everybody in the center is going to be like, "Hey, Jane, how are you doing?" So
be like walking into Firehouse Subs. There you go.
You got it. No, it's a very family oriented. Actually, it's family owned. And my two daughters work there as well as my assistant managers.
Oh, fantastic.
They're amazing. I can't say enough about our staff. They're just absolutely energetic, creative, wonderful. I've been blessed with an incredible staff.
And so they come in. They can be dropped off for however long.
Yep.
Okay. You need whatever 8 to 5.
So we do a half day and a full day.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
So how that works is anything up to 5 hours is considered half a day.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
And then anything over 5 hours up to 9 hours is a full day.
Right.
So we try to be very flexible. To be a member, they have to at least come in at least 2 days a week. Could be a half day or a full day.
Okay.
But we try to be as flexible as we can because we have many that maybe their husband or wife or their son or daughter or whichever family member, they have to go to work during the day. So we have many that are there before we're even opening the door. They're waiting for 8 o'clock to open up, and they're picking them up at 5 o'clock. Exactly.
And it sounds to me like this is not really a drop-off situation. This is a community that you're building within this group because you talk about them as members, not as customers or clients or whatever.
No.
These are members.
Actually, well, they're members. We call it. And you see it, you hear adult daycare, and it's like when you're an adult, you hear daycare associated with that. You're like, okay, what, right?
Right.
We really are a fun club. We call it a social club. Behind the scenes, we call ourselves the TLC Fun Club. We have to say adult daycare just so people can find us and know that we're there.
Right.
But really, we're more of a social club. And everybody that comes in truly becomes part of our family. They really do.
It seems it. I mean, and how many can you hold? What's your max capacity?
Our capacity is 50. 50 per day.
Wow.
We average anywhere from 30 to 35 right now. So we have a little bit.
That is incredible.
We have a little bit ability to have a few more.
Yeah.
Probably not going to have 50 in our center. We are licensed for that.
No,
probably
it's the max capacity in the restaurant. You don't want to fill it. Then
Exactly.
Yeah, it's too loud.
We'll probably be right around the 40 mark. 40 to 45 is where we're going to probably cap it. And,
right. And not everybody's there all day, and not everybody's there for the same hours.
You are correct.
Yeah, so you've got, but still, you have that kind of capacity in the room. So then the question is, when they get there, what kind of activities? What are they looking forward to every day? What's happening?
It goes back and forth. We do like a social type activity. Then we go to a more physical type activity. We do anything from volleyball, indoor volleyball, bowling. We have a lot of theme parties, and that's a big hit. And just if you really want to see what we do, if you have just a few minutes, if you have Facebook, go on our Facebook page. We download tons of videos and tons of pictures of our members having a great time. So you can kind of get an idea.
You can get a feel for the activities that way.
Ice cream socials, birthday parties, you name it, we're trying to do it usually. We have bingo at 1 o'clock every day. Of course, that's a huge hit. When we give out TLC dollars, that's what they're able to win. And then they're able to take that, and we every month we have a TLC auction where they're able to then auction and buy things with their TLC money, and that's very exciting. So it's just a really fun environment. Everyone is always smiling. We do.
Sounds like there's a lot going on all the time.
Yeah.
Without being raucous or out of hand.
No. We have.
Do you have okay. So and do you do field trips, or is everything pretty much in house?
Everything is in house.
Even bowling.
That's
insane.
We don't have a bowling alley, but we have like a rubber bowling ball with the pins and something that
So you set up an area in your common room where you can do that.
You got it.
What if people need a break during the day? What are your accommodations for that?
So we have a rest area.
Okay.
So it goes from kind of a louder area to a less louder area to a even less louder area, and that's where we have our rest area. Okay. So we have recliners that recline all the way back. Sure. Nice big TV if they want to. We call it our Zen room because we have like salt lamps and music playing and aromatherapy and things like that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're really covering the whole thing, and you're giving one of the most important things that people need with or without dementia or Alzheimer's or anything, and that is the level of interactivity, the social interaction, that engagement with changing reality that's so important.
And not only that, it's really about giving the caregiver a break as well.
Okay.
Because here's the thing: the caregivers, they do so much.
Oh yeah.
And they don't realize until usually it's too late. Their health starts to decline.
Yep.
They hit burnout. And all of a sudden they're starting to have health issues. I always say, get them in, try it out.
Yep.
See if it's something that works for you.
Yeah.
Because it might be a good fit, it might not be a good fit.
Right.
But
it's worth a try.
Usually the caregivers, after a week or so, they come in tears that they can't believe they've waited so long to have this in their life.
I am glad that you have created this kind of environment and brought this service to the community. Tom, I want to thank you for coming in and being a part of My Chamber TV. Thank you very much. Hey, welcome back to My Chamber TV. We are at the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce at the Florida Firearms Academy, and now we are speaking with Heather Hintz. Heather is from Health and Wellness Centers in Westchase. I'm going to have a lot of questions for you about this because it sounds like there's a whole lot going on there. And so tell me a little bit about what the company does.
So we, of course, Health Wellness Centers Westchase, we specialize in a wide range of services between the peptide therapy, which is between weight management, pain management.
Okay.
You know, they have others for like sexual health and things like that. Then we also have IV therapy, which anywhere from hydration to, you know, the all-inclusive where you get the amino blends and mineral blends and everything all in there. We do vitamin injections, ionic foot baths, massage therapy.
This is a wide variety of treatments. I mean, and so it's interesting to see, you know, all these different services all rolled into one facility. Mm-hmm. That's neat.
It's your one-stop shop, right? You come in, we want you to enjoy your stay. We want you to come and never really want to leave.
Well, yeah, but within reason. No, that's so you talked about you know, peptide injections, and there's a lot of people doing a lot of different kinds of therapies. What is it that makes your facility different for someone who's maybe shopping around or looking for a place or just needing more information even?
Well, we do offer those free consultations where you'll come in and you'll meet with our nurse practitioner, and we, you know, go over your, you know, medical history, and we find a plan that works for you. You know, you have to be the right candidate.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
And the first visit's free.
Yes.
So the visit, the you know, the consultation, so that you can, you know, really find out what's going on, what your conditions are, how they might relate. That's a really good benefit. That's talk about no risk.
Yeah.
You know, and the only thing you can do is you know, possibly get better. So from whatever it is, and so then so you've got you know, the injections, you've got IVs. That's all rather invasive. Okay, for some people, they might be a little nervous about that. But how do you deal with people who maybe have, you know, who are nervous about those things?
So we actually offer, I mean, of course, IVs are IVs, and we will do our best to either like keep you preoccupied with other things versus like conversation, so that way you're not wrapped up in, you know, the process. But we also have capsules for peptides as well. It's not just injections. And for most injections, they're really the sub-Q, and they're like that big, very small, very little. But we do offer the peptide capsules as well. So if you do have a fear of needles, we have you covered.
Oh, that's fantastic. Because I have a fear of needles, and so that's why I'm like, and so that would be excellent. But it's not all that kind of therapy. Didn't you mention also massage therapy? What do you have in there for that kind of work?
So our massage therapist, she is amazing, and she's full like all the time. But she goes on hour basis. You can go up to an hour and a half. And we have 3 different kinds that she offers now, but you can totally do a custom and add things on if you need. We send you a consent form, you tell us your problems, and she will work on what it is that you need done. So it's not just like, I'm going to show up and you're going to massage my shoulders when I have a lower back issue. So she works to what it is that you need.
Yeah, and that's, you know, it really sounds very, very customized, very concierge. Absolutely. In many ways. And of course, you know, the vitamins, you do those injections and you also do capsules, or you got both on that as well?
I do actually. So a really cool thing that we have, it's called a biophotonic scanner. And it's very invasive. You put your palm on the scanner and it reads your skin carotenoid antioxidant levels. And it kind of gives us a idea of how your insides are doing, like your defense system. It gives you a reading of how close your cells are to being in an oxidative state. So what's really awesome about that is once we get that number back, we can kind of recommend, some of the supplements that we have there.
The antioxidants and so on.
Absolutely.
That's incredible. And again, it's completely non-invasive.
Yep.
You're just putting your hand on a scanner. That's
30
your own
seconds.
cell phone does that with your blood oxygen.
Yep.
And it doesn't sound much more painful than that.
No, it's really awesome.
That's extraordinary. And then I also see something about detox or
oh my goodness.
What's going on with that?
The ionic foot detox. Yes. So you come in, you soak your feet for 30 minutes. And what it does is it, works and it pulls toxins out of different areas of your body. And from certain areas, like it'll change the water a certain color. And it's kind of cool for you to go through that afterwards. You could go through the colors of the water with the sheet that we have, and it'll tell you from what area, whether it's your joints, your gallbladder, heavy metals, the black flecks. It's really awesome to be able to go through all of that at the end and see like where it was working.
Because there's so many of these things that you're concerned that, or at least I am, that it's just going to be a placebo effect, or is this actually doing anything? But it really seems, and detox is one of the worst. Because you have no idea with most detox programs. You don't have any evidence that anything actually happened. But it sounds like this actually gives you physical evidence that something has been pulled out of your body.
It is so cool.
And then you can tell what it is
Yep.
by that that is truly extraordinary. Now, so you're located in Westchase?
Yep, we are corner of Racetrack and Lineball, actually. And
wow, that's a major intersection.
Yep.
That makes life easy.
Westchase Commons. We're all the way at the back, last building.
Still, wow. Okay, and a couple things. Number one, do you have? You've got some special event coming up. You got something happening. What's happening?
We do. We have an open house on the 15th from 9 to 1.
April 15th. Okay.
April 15th. Super big specials going on. Some of them I won't say, but super big specials. I mean, you literally don't want to miss it.
Yeah, if you've got any curiosity about any of these things, it sounds like it's a great time to go in and maybe get some even deeper discounts and better savings on things. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So your website is health wellness or hwcenters.com.
That is us.
hwcenters.com.
Yep.
How many centers are there? Do you just have?
So right now there's one.
Okay.
But for the plans in the next 2 to 3 is going to be about 6.
So that S is ever so important.
Oh.
So that's the website. So if anybody's out looking for it, and then your phone number is 369-6779.
Yep, 813.
813.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And so if people need to reach out, and can I ask for you in particular?
Absolutely.
That'd be perfect. Yeah.
I will always be there, and if I'm not there, I will always answer the emails. There's not a time that's bad for me, really.
That is excellent. Well, I want to thank you for coming in today. This is some seriously interesting information that I did not know this kind of service was available, and I am especially fascinated by the detox. That's just my way. But thank you very much for coming in, and we're really happy to have you here, Heather. Thank you and I'm just excited. And open house on the 15th.
On the 15th.
What day of the week is that?
It is a Saturday.
It's Saturday the 15th.
And we are starting in with Botox injections too. So if you're into that,
there you go. Well, all right. And now we'll be happy to speak to our next visitor. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Take care. And welcome to My Chamber TV. Today we're at the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, and we are speaking with Mr. Thomas King. Thomas, tell us a little bit about your business.
So today we're at Florida Firearms Academy, and Florida Firearms Academy is the largest training facility open to the public here in this area, in the Oldsmar and Tampa area. We do over 40 different types of classes, and we have 20 different types of instructors. So we take you basically from the very beginner, to all the way to Grandmaster. That's about as high as you can go. That's basically drawing out, shooting 4 shots, center mass in under 1 second. But we also have, like, this whole month is all about defensive shooting, how to move and shoot, multiple targets, mandatory reloads, malfunction drills, shooting in the dark, room clearing. All of these things, you can go to our website at ffatampa.com and sign up for that. That is a progression class, of course. So there's different instructors that you're going to pick through, so you pick the right instructor for you, and then you go with that and sign up there. Or if you want, you can always call our store and call up and sign up over the phone at 813-221-FIRE.
Wow, you have really pulled together a lot of stuff going on there. We may need to unpack a little bit of it. That was pretty intense. So you're out here in Oldsmar, although your address
We're right
is
at the
Tampa,
border.
right? You're right on the border, yeah.
Right next to the flea market.
So it feels like Oldsmar.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing is, people come in here all the time. They like, I've lived here 20 years. I didn't even know you guys are located here. So
no, you're actually hiding back behind the oil change place. So you never know these buildings are even back here.
Right.
And they're gorgeous commercial buildings.
Yeah, that's like 20,000 square foot, and that's 10,000 square foot back there in the range. So it's an indoor shooting range. There's 12 lanes at 25 yards, so you can shoot pistol, rifle, and shotgun here as well. Because we do training for pistol, rifle, and shotgun, depending on what you want to use. Most of it's for home defense, but a lot of it we do is for competition, sports style training. And also we do it for competition. We do on, I think it's every other Sunday night. We set up rooms out there. You run through rooms, shoot bad guys, bowling pins, steel targets, and balloons.
You know, and I always want to be ready when those bowling pins are attacking.
They'll get you.
They will get you every time.
Right. So the funny thing is, people want to hone in on their skills. That's a $20 class. We teach you how to do that. So most ranges, if you go out there and you say, I want to sign up for a competition shoot and learn how to do it, they're like, no, you better know how to do it. You better go pay for training. We put that in there for free. We made this academy so affordable. That's why we have most of our law enforcement, FBI, CIA, even ATF. We have a lot of celebrities come here and train with us because they know we're going to be discreet about it. If you need us to shut the whole range down for you and not have any cameras going, we will. If you need us to actually do it for a price that's very affordable for you, that was the main reason we wanted to do this. Our classes start at $50 and go up to like $70. So
that's it, and that's the thing is, you know, gun owning is a right.
It is a right.
Okay. But with every right comes a responsibility.
A big responsibility.
And so, well, yeah, a huge responsibility. And knowing how to handle the guns, knowing what to do in which situations, what are your best ways of handling it? Walk me through a little bit. Somebody who's we're going to do 2 scenarios, okay? Somebody who's thinking, gee, I should probably have a gun for home defense. I'm seeing a lot of stuff going on. You know, my neighborhood is XYZ, whatever. Okay, I just want to be able to have this. What's their experience when they walk in?
So it can be overwhelming. And when you go into any gun range, they could be a million different questions that you have. We want to make it so educational for you. That's why we have a rental program. The rental program doesn't mean you go in and rent a gun and go out and use it all the time somewhere else. It has to stay in the store. For $35, you can try 70 different pistols, rifles, and shotguns. That way you get to know what works best for you. So when you're purchasing a firearm, you got to know, we can tell you what works best for us, but our hand size are different, our strengths are different, what we like is different. So you may want a safety where we don't. So we want you to try all these with an instructor to see what you shoot best, and that's the firearm that you should actually own. You should buy the firearm that you can use and control best.
All right. Now, and to me, that's ideal, okay? Because that takes people who aren't really familiar with what they're what they may need, what they may want, and it gives them a full education process walking in the door. Sounds like the whole thing would be under $100 to come in and try all that.
Right, $35 is to use the rentals.
Right,
so, and then if you want,
then with a lesson with it.
Absolutely. So if you want private classes, we could take you as far as you want to go. on the education.
But now what I want to do is I want to go to the other end of the spectrum, okay, and say I am a seasoned, firearms, maybe not professional,
right?
But I do want to start going to competitions. I want to start getting better. I really need to hone my skills on these things. What can you offer someone in that boat who already knows how to tear down his AK, but wants to get better?
So it's funny. I have ladies that were terrified, basically cried picking up a firearm. They're in their 70s. They hated guns. They are now grandmaster shooters. I actually had one of them go out into our competition, this little old lady, and she smoked all the guys there that do competition shooting with their $12,000 custom Infinity pistol, race pistol for competition. And they thought it was a joke. They thought she had a trick gun and everything. How is this little old lady kicking our butts? And she just said, I did training. We have people that are military, law enforcement. They've been shooting 20 years. And when we go out and watch them shoot, they are not doing it correctly. They had practiced their whole lives wrong. Anyone can do this. You just have to take the courses and learn how to do it. Almost anyone. There's people with, different kinds of problems. So not everyone should own a firearm. Not everyone should drive a car.
No.
They just don't have those mechanical
You're
skills.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
They should know what their responsibility lies and where to stop at. So.
Exactly. So you're in either of those boats, and then of course you also have, in addition to the lessons, you have a little bit of inventory out here.
Yeah, it's quite
I just walked through the store. Okay, this is insane what's in here, and there's things in here that look like they're straight out of Starship Troopers.
They basically are.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your inventory.
So our inventory, we are the largest NFA dealer around here, meaning for suppressors, short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns, and full auto machine guns. We build them, customize them. We have a full armory here. We were doing all kinds of gunsmithing, but right now we're just sticking to the basics because our gunsmith, after 11 years, have retired. And we kind of wanted to just keep it back to doing the basics, putting on red dots, sighting in, cleaning your firearms, all that stuff, because it takes up a lot of time. But we are doing custom builds. Our inventory is here basically for anyone that wants to do pistol, rifle, shotgun for competition, sport, or home defense.
And you've got about how many do you have in stock? I mean,
a few $1 million worth. So
millions. Yeah, but that could be 2 guns. It depends on the gun.
Right.
No, about how many firearms do you have out here?
There's a few thousand, and we have 2 Volts too that have thousands.
Incredible.
We have lots of firearms.
And then of course you have the huge range, which is like I said, 10,000 square feet of range.
We're 10,000 feet total in the back, so in store. So then we have the upstairs as well.
Got it. And so you've got a large range where people can come in. That's nice because it's climate controlled.
Right.
Okay, you don't have to go outside. You don't have to sweat. You don't have to, worry about rain getting your gun wet.
Right.
Or getting your rented gun wet, which is even worse because you don't own it. But so it seems like, give us your website again.
It's ffatampa.com, and our phone number is 813-221-3473. The best way to do what you're looking for, if you have a lot of questions, is to come in, speak to a few instructors. That way you're going to feel comfortable who you're with, and they're going to guide you down the line that you need to go in the path. They're going to ask you questions so they can answer you correctly. Is this for home defense? Is this for sport? Is this for competition? So that way we can guide you. We can give you a lot of different avenues to go down, but it's up to you clearly on how much education you want and what firearm you want to buy.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. And again, really glad you're a member of the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
having
coming
me.
in.
My
Take care.
pleasure. Thank you.
Hey, and welcome back to My Chamber TV. We are with the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce today over here at Florida Firearms Academy. And who do we have in the house? We have Doug Bevis. Doug is from the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. What a coincidence.
How are you doing?
Oh, we are doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having us out here. This has been an awesome day.
Some great guests, huh?
You have some amazing members. I mean, such a wide variety of service, and it's all such high quality.
Yeah, and this show itself, Chamber TV, is just a great way for our chamber members to showcase their business. We had Heather here, and a little bit nervous, but it's amazing how
She'd
fast
never
9
done an
minutes
interview
go.
before, but you'd never know.
Yeah.
She was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
You at the chamber have had quite a good month in the last 30 days.
Yeah, we had Oldsmar Days and Nights. It's a 3-day festival. That's one of our showcase events. We do Oldsmar Days, we do Oktoberfest, and then we do Celebrate Oldsmar in November. But Oldsmar Days is probably by far our best event. It's a family-friendly carnival parade for everybody, and 3 days of music. And
oh, wow.
And luckily we had great weather because, as you know, events are subject to bad weather. So
yes,
we've had a few rainouts.
Today it finally rained.
Yeah.
I was a little shocked. I actually I texted my wife on the way in asking her what to do with this water on the windshield. I'd forgotten where the button was.
Yeah.
But so that worked out well. And then you also had a membership drive?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of memberships. We finally, last year we wanted to get over 500, and we're now at 525 members. And
fantastic.
And when I say that, we don't pad the numbers. We'll let people stay on with their membership for a little bit if they don't renew, but then eventually we drop them. So our numbers are pretty solid. And then we have, I believe Wendy has, I want to say close to 40 nonprofits that we do.
Wow.
So we try and have one a part of this show every month. So, that's nice to have, and it gives them a resource to. A lot of them are looking for fundraising and things like that. So,
I mean, they need publicity, they need exposure,
correct.
And so this combination of being a part of the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber and your access to My Chamber TV really gives them like a 1-2 punch for those nonprofits.
Yeah.
They really can't get anyone else.
I remember we had one, I think John did the interview, or Barbara. It was human trafficking. And
oh, wow.
It's such a huge problem in the Tampa Bay area. And it was a great resource for them to be able to be on Chamber TV and talk about it and awareness. So, and a chamber
it can not just change lives, it can save lives.
Yeah,
that's important.
I was listening yesterday we had a lunch and learn. We do about 15 to 18 events a month where people can network. But yesterday was one of them to learn the back end of our website. And Joe, who was giving the speech, said ROI, which typically ROI is return on investment, but we kind of switch it a little bit. It's return on involvement. So, and that's
I like that.
We had somebody call a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, and they canceled their membership, and we asked why. And she goes, I've been a member for 2 years and I've never done anything. She goes, it's my fault. So again, ROI, return on involvement. So,
you can give somebody a Ferrari, but if they don't put gas in it, it's a hunk of metal.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So it's really important. And some, we have some members. We have Adobe from California that is a member, but they wanted to be involved and be part of the community. We have Nielsen, who's a member. Lockheed Martin. We're not bringing Nielsen, the ratings company. We're not bringing them business, but they want to be part of the community. And I think that's as much of it. We also have some nonprofits that we teamed with. We have the Education Foundation. They're going to be a guest coming up in the next coming months. And then we've talked about it before is we have one called Kids Pedal Power, which is part of Holiday Sharing. So what we've talked about this before with John is Kids Pedal Power. Holiday Sharing started about 12 years ago, and we would provide bikes to the Rotary and to Maddie Williams at Christmas, probably about 30 or 40 bikes at Christmas through the chamber.
Fantastic.
Which was great, but we never got to see the kids. We would give them to the Rotary, or we would give them to the, So about 2 years ago, we teamed up with Habitat for Humanity of Pinellas and West Pasco, Mike Sutton, who's been a guest on here. And so what we do, Kids Pedal Power, I have one tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Every time there's a home dedication in Pinellas or West Pasco, if there's kids involved, we provide brand new bikes for them. So, so to date, we've given them probably 200 bikes. So we did a couple of weeks ago. We had 3 dedications and 10 bikes. So luckily, a couple of us have pickup trucks so that we can take them over there. But we did. Our very first one was with Aspen. Aspen, I think was his name, and Martine Gramatica was there, and
oh wow,
it was a home dedication, and the kid came up and just grabbed one of our guys' legs and just hugged him. So we knew right then that was going to be a great.
That was the right venue. That's the way to do it.
So so many of these kids have never had a bike, much less a new bike. So
well, and they're moving into a house. They may be coming from an apartment situation or something, and here they are, and a bike is freedom.
Yeah.
It is an amazing thing to have. And I mean, I'm just speaking from experience.
And I mean, we try and cut it off at about 14 years old because then they're going to start driving. But we've done one for a 15 and 16-year-old because she was just not far enough away to catch the bus. So so you got to be that 2 mile.
No, that's
so
perfect.
We provided her a bike to get to school. And it's neat because we've done some communities down in Pinellas Park where they build over time about 70 homes, and it's neat to go back there and you see the kids still riding the bikes. And
this is the neat part because you've got people who join the chamber because I'm going to join the chamber so that I can get business out of it. And not realizing that you're joining an organization that is doing so much for the community. And it sounds like you guys are knocking the ball out of the park on that. What an honor. It's no wonder people like Nielsen and Adobe want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Because you are doing some amazing work.
And John can tell you, through the pandemic and everything, COVID, we never missed a beat. We were probably one of the most active chambers. A lot of them just kind of rolled up their doors and didn't do anything, but you had to pivot. The businesses had to pivot. So I'm not just saying it because I'm a part of it, but it's just a great chamber. And the neat part is, and nothing against Tarpon Springs or Dunedin or Safety Harbor, but they're kind of labeled as Safety Harbor or Tarpon Springs. We're at the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber.
Tampa Bay. So you draw from a very wide community.
Yeah.
Now, if someone's interested in joining, or they can go to one of the events, just like. Is that just an easy way? They don't have to sign up.
Excellent point. One of the best ways to do it is just come out. We always do 2 a month, I think, at Aston Gardens, assisted living facility, and come for free. Give your 1-minute elevator speech and see if it's for you. Because maybe it's not a fit for you. Maybe maybe like the lady that said, "I haven't gone to anything."
Right. It may not be your cuppa.
It's tough. But people are busy.
But there's also like 2 Fridays a month or something like that. You've got like a mixer.
We do mixers.
That goes on, and can people just?
They can show up to that.
That might be more comfortable for them.
We do stuff in the morning. We do stuff at lunch. We do stuff in the evening. So it gives people a variety. We don't expect you to come to all 15 of them.
Right, but that event calendar is up on your website, right?
Yep.
So somebody can go there. What was that again?
UTBchamber.com.
UTBchamber.com. And they can go there and find the event calendar and check it out and figure out what they might want to do and get a broader picture of the kind of things you've been doing, which just, I mean, that's impressive. That's really impressive.
Heather said she goes to the website. She just has to find time to go to them. That's the tough part. Manpower is always a tough
but that's fantastic. Doug, thank you so much for coming in, and thank you all for watching My Chamber TV this week. We will be looking forward to seeing you again next week with new guests from Tampa Bay. Take care.